I'm going to show you how to make an Easter garden on a plate. So usually at Easter, on Easter Sunday at church, we have a little competition where the children or the adults, if they like, can bring in a little Easter garden made on a plate, and it's just a bit of fun really. And also they make a Easter garden on a big tray, which is very pretty. But obviously, the church being shut at the moment, we won't be open Easter Day. So I thought it might be fun if I showed you how to make one at home, and something for the children and the grown-ups to do. And if you're watching this on Facebook, you could take a picture of your Easter garden, and it would be fun. So I've got an old plate and some gravel on the top of the plate. You could use soil. And I found an old square black flower pot, which I'm going to use as the tomb. And in this bowl I've got some rocks and some gravel that I found around the garden, and some slate chippings, which are going to be the path, and of course importantly the rock gets rolled away. This is a pebble, but you could use a big rock if you can't find one. Also to decorate some moss, which will look like grass. I found this under a bush in a shady part of the garden. It's also, you quite often find them on stone walls and things. And some little twiggy flowers, just to decorate. You could use any flowers really that you find, but I thought these would be good because the twigs will sit in the gravel and stop them falling over. And some little, just for fun, some little Lego minifigures, which are going to be the ladies that found the tomb was empty, including Mary Magdalene, and a little sleeping Roman guard who fell asleep and didn't see the tomb being opened. So, let's start. So let's get that to sit there. You could also use, instead of this flower pot, you could use a small round flower pot, or just the rocks themselves if you have any, or a piece of cut off cardboard tube with the ends sort of folded over, if you haven't got these things. Or you might be able to find something even better. I think I put some flat ones on the top there. You can take your time doing this and make a nice job of it. I'm doing it quite quickly. There. Oh, this is a book that I've got, a children's book about Jesus of the Resurrection. There's a picture of what the tomb might have looked like, so you can see that it probably would have been a big roundish rock and a hole of some description. So, how are we looking? Not too bad. And people often do a little pathway up to the tomb of a different colour, so I'm using these slate chippings for that. You can take your time doing this and make it look a little bit neater, fitting all the little shapes into the gaps. There we go. That's a little bit of a bumpy path, but there you go. And then you can decorate with the flowers. I found that because they're quite twiggy, they poke quite well into the gaps in the gravel and rocks. You don't want them too long. Well, they did the first time I did it anyway. They might look like little pretty trees. Longer doing it themselves. And then my favourite bit is the moss, because it looks like grass, and it's very easy to place it over the gravel, whatever you're using, make it look like a proper garden. Oops. There we are, you get the idea. Put some on the top here as well, it's quite nice. And then very importantly, of course, is the rock that got rolled away. So they would put a rock in front of the tomb so to block off the entrance, but miraculously it was rolled away and the tomb was empty Easter morning. And then we can put our little figures on. I couldn't find any Lego minifigures in traditional ladies' Jewish dress of the day, so these will have to do. They look a bit surprised. And then our sleeping Roman guard.